from the attorneys general in 26 states, the Daily Wire website, as well as the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary in Louisville. At this pace, analysts say legal actions will very likely drag on through the deadline on the 4th of January. Ken Lorman reporting.
Russians back to work after a 9-day break ordered by authorities to tame a record-breaking surge of virus infections and deaths. Still, daily numbers of new cases and deaths have remained high throughout the non-working period. Officials at the Kremlin say it's too early to tell whether the measure had the desired effect. Russia has the worst virus death toll in Europe. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Do you know how much you really...
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
Wilfred Brimley for Loafing Dog.
Hi, I'm Wilfred Brimley for Loafing Dog. You know, when I get the hankering for a hot dog, I go to Cleveland, Texas. Just a couple blocks off the square, they got Loafing Dog. They got the Neely Dog, the Mary Sunshine Dog, the Casey Dog, and the Shirley Dog. Why, they even got the Pacer Dog, the Brooklyn Dog, and the Jim Dog. Can't forget the Shane Dog, or the Joy Dog, and the Monty Dog. I like that fool. The Nakia Dog and the Braxton Dog round things off. Why, they even got a kids menu too.
Loafing Dog, 208 East Chambers Street, Cleveland, Texas. Lunch, catering, or takeout, plus outdoor seating. Phone number is 817-556-1040.
This is Wilford Brimley. And don't forget, Loafing Dog won't give you diabetes.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at jococommunityradio.com.
It happens. It's a long weekend. I'll watch it tomorrow. No one can replicate the magic that we unlock, cause we on top. Put your hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air, put your hands up in the air. I need a big bun.
You need a big bun? Is that how we're starting out this show?
Yeah, I need a big bun, and I cannot lie. That was like dirty hair.
Your little crisp. Yeah, mine too. That's okay.
It's okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Bombshell here on Joco Community Radio. I'm Tiffany Carlin with the amazing Lori Moore.
Yay.
Yeah. So we started out sitting down here talking about our dirty hair because that's what bombshells do.
It's what we do. Yeah.
Go as long as you can.
Yeah.
Today's my last day.
Same.
I don't know if these are good things to tell your hairdresser or not, or my hairdresser, my hairstylist. Okay. I have to update the word so as to not offend anyone. Not you, because you're not like that.
I know.
But some people do get offended by being called a hairdresser, right?
So some people do, yeah. But no, so my hair last week, this has been my whole thing of everything we've done for the past 6 months does not align with me getting my nails done or me getting my hair done. Every big event we have, like I'm needing my nails done or needing my hair colored because I've just gotten it done and I have not been able to coincide all the things, and it's dumb. And I washed it Tuesday and I got rained on, like pouring down rain, had to re-blow dry.
That's
it was
annoying.
stupid. Yeah. And then it wouldn't curl. I tried curling on Wednesday. It would not curl again, like at all. So I had to wash it again Friday, and it still is a hot mess.
Are your glasses a whole reader?
No, they're like I can see you through this and the phone through the bottom.
Those are bifocals?
Yeah, or trifocals or
Try
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah, all the extra.
I would only need it on the bottom because I don't need anything on the top anymore.
I have to see. Yeah, I have to be able to see on the top too. So,
but these are bothering me a little bit because these are my Walgreens purchase for readers. If that doesn't tell you, am I going to go blind looking in here?
No, I'm not that. No, it's not that
We're
bad.
trying out each other's readers for those. Oh, Lord have mercy. Wait, I don't know how to look. Oh my gosh, what's your lower at?
I think like I don't know, like 2 or something.
Todd, no.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Todd's at 1.5s, 1.5s or 1.75s, I think, in some. And so I just bought a pair of 1.25s, but my other ones were actual prescription.
Yeah.
So I think they're less because I can tell the more I wear these, the more I need them.
And I've got a couple of pairs that are just readers that I wear, but it depends on what I'm doing. Like I can do a lower reader, like just to look at my phone and stuff like that. But when I'm doing makeup, I like a higher. I like the bigger one because it cleans everything. It cleans everything up so good.
It's like looking at when you're doing your makeup, when you're doing somebody else's makeup, obviously.
Makeup, yeah.
It's like yourself looking in like a 30 times.
Yes.
Tamara's,
but I got tired of like I was wearing readers all the time and I kept doing this at work. Like I can't see the mirror with the readers
that drives
on.
You crazy.
And so I kept doing this. I'm like,
you can't. Yours are the no line. I mean, you can't see any.
So go get some glasses and I can
totally
wear these.
crazy.
Yeah.
Totally crazy.
I've got a couple of pairs like this.
So maybe I need to look into doing that too. So where it's like no prescription on the top and then look down.
And mine is only a little bit. Like I have a little bit of stigmatism, so it's the driving part of it on top.
Yeah.
But
by God, I mean I had LASIK just so I wouldn't have to wear glasses. And then all that did was kick in this faster. I mean, not as fast as it did for Todd, but because it was, I only had to start wearing them this past year.
Yeah.
And I had LASIK done 5 years ago?
At least 5 years.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and I love it. It's like one of the best things ever. It's totally not anything that we planned on talking about so far.
But I've never, I've had to wear glasses over the years for like a little lazy eye or whatever, but not any, this is a big deal. But
I left my notes in the other room.
Do you need to go get them?
I do need to go get them.
Whatever. Because we were talking about the power of we.
Well, yeah, power. And I took some notes. So, it's just some cool information to share and some great conversation. Why don't you do this? Can you read to everybody the awesome thing that Sabrina Jones, real estate?
Oh my gosh.
Real estate expert, Sabrina Jones.
Oh my gosh, I love Sabrina. So we were just talking about dieting and our clothes fitting too tight or, whatever. Cause it's, we're going into the holidays and everybody eats too much in the holidays. And so Sabrina posted a meme that said, your pants will not get too tight as long as you don't have any on. So I'm going with that. I think I'm just going to be pantsless from now on and not wear any pants, and then they won't be too tight on me. Then I don't have to worry about it. Does that mean you wear dresses or does that mean just go naked?
It's really words of wisdom. I'm just saying.
Do you just go naked though, or do you just what do you do? I'm like,
I don't know.
Like dresses are naked.
It's like this bra that I'm currently wearing. Strangles me.
I don't know why you put it back on.
I don't know. Just didn't.
I
don't know.
Really? I don't know why you put it back on.
I know it's just me and you in here, but
yeah, I hate all the clothes. I hate all the bras, all the clothes. I just could be.
I'm sick of wearing a bra.
I could live at a nudist colony. I would so do that, and my wife would be lonely without me because she couldn't do that.
I was kind of so I was kind of thinking about thinking about that this weekend, being that so Todd and Maximus were up at the deer lease and they left Thursday night. And so I literally had dinner with friends every night while he was gone. I was like, is this okay? And then after attending last night's event, the Power of We, which is Power of Women Entrepreneurs, together, because together we're better and stronger. So, but anyway, there were some things that were said during that went, no, you know what? It's okay for me to go have dinner with friends every single night.
It is.
When it's not interfering with my family life. And sometimes it's even when you think you're interfering with family life because that's what you've been trained to believe. Right. It's important to put yourself first, and it's not a selfish thing to do that. It's actually one of the most important things you can do.
Because you forget when we are we're wives, we're moms, we're business owners, and we kind of lose ourselves. We forget that we're just friends. We
Mm.
forget that we can just have friends. We have so many business meetings that deal with, like, let's talk a business, or we talk about our kids, or we talk about our spouses, or we talk about like, we are allowed to just laugh and have a good time, and we forget that.
I
And I used
did
to
that a lot this
Yeah.
weekend, and it felt
It feels good.
so damn
We
good.
did too. And it's, I used to judge other people, and I mean, I'll admit it. I used to judge other people when my daughter was younger, and we would go to the school thing, and the moms that were all like, we're all going to do coffee and go
Hey,
work
Alex
out.
Phillips. Good evening,
Oh,
sir.
he's so sweet
Hey,
always.
Alex, if you're still on, I hope you hear this because I was just getting ready to comment on a post that you just made, and it's not up on the screen because I loved it. And you talked about, you commented on your own post saying, not commented, but it was part of your post that you've been taking a class at TCU all week this week. And so I wanted to
Oh.
add to you. I started to type it, but we had to get on air.
What kind of classes you taking?
It's a leadership. I think it was a leader. I don't know. Are you still there, Alex? You can answer us in there. He's watching on Facebook for those who are on the radio. So whatever he says, I'll read out loud for those that are listening on the radio or watching on YouTube. But he's taking it. It's a leadership thing. So it's just more growth.
Yeah. I love that.
And so I wanted to share with him, which I'll do in case he's, hasn't stayed on. But GU Fort Worth, what we attended last night, leadership development. There you go. Hey, Alex. So the Power of We was the kickoff for
GU.
Global Entrepreneurship Week, which is gufortworth.com. For those that want to check it. It's GU it's GU Fort Worth spelled out, I'm pretty sure. Anyway,
We'll find it.
there are events, classes, networking, growth opportunities, new small business, new pitches. This stuff is leadership stuff. I mean, all week long for small business. So Alex, if you've got free time, I would check it out because there's tons of stuff that you want to be. So last night after the Power of We, which is put on by Ensemble Co-working, which is Tamara Payne, and this was the 3rd annual Power of We event. And then for GU Fort Worth, this is their 4th annual event.
Yeah.
And it's exploded. I mean, it is just exploding every year. So we went from the Power of We down to the kickoff party for GU, and it's hard to say GU, and like people are like, "What?"
Tamara
Just
was
popped on Global Entrepreneurship Week. That's what it is.
Tamara was laughing at this when we had her on the other day.
You can't. I mean, you can't not. But it gets your attention because it makes people want to know what GU is. What's GU Fort Worth? Is this a fun event? What is this? Is this appropriate? Is this appropriate for children? I mean, like, what's it for?
It's all the minions.
So it was really interesting because Tamara's an adjunct professor at TCC for entrepreneurship and small business, launching that type of thing. And so the main speaker, the kickoff speaker for the event last night was her boss at TCC.
That's cool. That's
so yeah,
amazing.
it was really cool. And so to see all of the different, small business owners that were there, raising their hands because they're part of some portion of this upcoming week. I mean, it's just really powerful. Honestly, to be in a room with that many entrepreneurs.
Yes. And they just want, like, when you own a business, you just want the best for you and everybody else that owns a business.
Yes. Okay. So here's one of the cool things that they're doing this year for the first time. And it's going to sound really, really weird until I explain it. You may get it right off the bat. But one of the events that's going to happen this week during Global Entrepreneurship Week in Fort Worth is it's a small business funeral.
Okay.
So they're literally going to hold a funeral for all the small business owners who have failed.
Okay.
That business failed, right? So but it's a metaphorical type of event to say, okay, you have to say goodbye to things that didn't work out.
Okay. So, but I like the funeral. I like the fact that we can have some closure to that, but I hate the fact that we look at it like a funeral. I think that I had a salon.
Yeah, but think about a funeral. Think about when someone dies. You're
celebrate. I mean, okay.
Right. Celebration of life. And this kind of gives that way of going, okay, guess what? And because a lot of those people who are in the room already, whoever, you could hear the buzz like right away. A lot of those people who are there standing there with a current small business have already failed at one before.
But it wasn't okay.
You know what I
but
mean?
do we-
So
I know, but
one
do we
dies.
call it a failure, or do we call it? You know what?
It's a fail forward.
It was a great, right. It was a great idea. It didn't work out, so we're moving
But-
forward.
But if you are a believer, isn't death also the same thing?
True. Okay.
I mean, our physical being dies and our spirit goes on
Moves
to the most
You're right.
wonderful
And we
place
celebrate.
ever.
And we celebrate that life.
Right.
Okay.
Right. It's a
So,
rebirth.
yeah.
And so small businesses, it's the same way. I mean, it's just the same way, but there's more to it. I can't verbatim say what he said last night because I honestly don't remember verbatim what he said.
I mean, I was just talking with somebody the other day.
Hey,
and
Raina.
we were talking about, we were literally talking about, if even though other people see your business as successful or they see it as okay, if it's time for you to move on and close it down because it's what's better for you, then
you have to do it.
You got to do it.
Well,
And
who's a great example? Stacy. Stacy's a great example of that.
Yes,
She busted her butt all through the pandemic, came up with new revenue streams
to make money. Yeah,
kicked
absolutely.
some ass doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, with the way that she, you know,
she did.
I mean, and she's been a guest. If you want to look back at BizBuzz, you can see all about Stacy and what she did. But when it came down to it, she was courageous enough to say, this wasn't my actual lifelong dream.
No.
And
it was hard. I mean,
hard.
What she was doing was hard, and not that what she's doing right now is super hard. She is such an amazing person. I mean, she has missed so many things.
Wearing my hoop earrings for her because she says hoops out. I mean, you've got to get up every morning, put your makeup on. If you're a makeup person, I'm a makeup person. Put your hoop earrings on and get out there. Put your heels on and get out there and hit the pavement. Every day. You can't give up at life. And that's part of what the Power of We was about last night too, is that you can't give up. So the main talk about, let me just explain to you what the Power of We is. So you guys you ladies who are tuning in can join us next year for sure. Because this is a once a year event. And it may turn into more often. I don't know yet how, which way Ensemble Co-working will go with that, but that's up to Tamara. And Joco Community Radio was a proud sponsor to be part of this because we support women in business like crazy. I mean, that's just who we are. It's who I've always been. It's who my sister's always been. Alex, like Alex just said, it's all about community and everyone working together to see everyone succeed. Community over competition. Amen, sir. Amen. Celebrate all the wins and be there when they need help during times of struggle. Big soapbox for me. I will get down now.
And I just told him,
I don't want you to get down.
I
off
just
that
told him, I
soapbox.
said, never get off your soapbox.
Yeah.
Never get off your soapbox.
Why would you get
we
quiet
love
about
you
that?
and your amazing leadership. Like, don't get off of it.
It would be like saying I have a problem with any other community radio station or the bigger radio stations. No, go be successful.
There's a place for everybody.
Yes, go be successful.
There is a place for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, my listeners may not be your listeners, and
but we're
vice
all different
versa.
People.
Right.
I mean, we're all different people.
Right. And you may not listen to this show, but you may listen to one of the other shows on the radio station.
Absolutely.
So it's
and Alex is always so supportive of everybody in the community. Yes. He loves this town and he's always super supportive.
Speaking of that, I did just sign on to be, I haven't written him the check yet, or I just got the invoice. I'm going to be one of the sponsors for Project U in February.
Awesome.
And I'm proud to do that because I believe in what they're doing at the EDC. And Alex, you've been a huge driving force for this. I mean, truthfully, you should just be at the table right now, but I'll talk to you about that tomorrow because we'll do that another day.
I mean, we've had boys on before. We could have a boy on.
We could have a boy on, sure. Yeah, we could do that.
So speaking of small business, do you know Murray's opens back up on Wednesday this week?
I didn't know Murray's closed.
She closed to do a little remodeling, and it took a little longer than what she was thinking it was going to take, and so things were going. But she opens back up on Wednesday.
Awesome!
I know.
So go to Murray's Bakery on Wednesday.
Yeah, Ruthie will appreciate it.
She would big time. Yeah. Just another local small business. So the Power of We. Let me tell you about this year's event. This year's event was a candid conversation about women entrepreneurs and mental health. I mean, if we don't have mental health and if you are not on top of your mental health, it makes it very challenging to be successful at at anything, really.
But I think that's one of the things we talked about with Tamara last time she was here was we as women
Oh, was that-
struggle talking about our mental health.
right.
We feel like mental health is a failure, and we need to learn that we all can stick together.
Well, there was a big part of what Tamara talked about, and most people, when they talk about depression
Mhm.
or mental health issues, challenges, they'll say they're suffering with it. Or someone who's talking about someone else says, well, they suffer with depression. And Tamara's message is, no, I'm thriving with depression.
She's told me that multiple times.
I mean, in her opening, the night started out, I was introduced our MC, who was absolutely amazing. I mean, these are all people that you're actually going to meet. You're going to meet them here on Joko Community Radio. But Dr. Rachel Capua, Dr. Cap, as she's known, was the MC. She's the director of college and career services and T3 partnership. So she was absolutely amazing. And then Siobhan Palmer, Angela Calvillo, Tatiana Miller, Yanira Borges. Oh my gosh, when it's going to be hard, she's going to be a stander. Okay, she's going to be standing at the mic because she can't stay still. And I'm gonna let her tell her whole story on that.
We can raise our mics
Oh
up.
yeah,
We're all good. We're all
yeah.
good
Well,
about
that's what
that.
Alex liked about the new table was that he could
stand up. I know. It's hard for me to stay sitting in the chair anyway. So I'm always fidgeting. I know, and I always
No.
I'm always trying to wiggle.
But we can stand up. We can stand
know.
up. Christina Grudzinski was the other one, and you're going to be seeing her a lot here on Joko, as well as Tatiana Miller. And I'm in love with these women, so I'm so excited. And I'm not going to spill too many beans just yet, but these were the panel of women speakers. And if you don't know Siobhan Palmer, I don't know where anybody's been hiding, but she was after Tamara was completely raw in her opening talk about thriving with depression, and even said some things I did not know. I did not know that my sister was suicidal after a couple of different events. Yeah. And so it was really kind of like, okay, I'm not looking to cry here. I'm not looking to cry.
No.
But then I did anyway, because then Siobhan started talking too, and she just lost her brother earlier in the year, and who her brother was just a whole nother amazing story. So it was like an entire night. It was 2 hours of just constant goosebumps, but realness with all of these women and the panel.
I think that's what we forget. We see too many people, Facebook looks perfect, and you show up at a meeting and you look perfect, and we forget that we need to be vulnerable. We forget that we are suffering just like everybody else, and it doesn't have to be whether it's a depression or a death. I mean, we've had 2 deaths in our family this week. 2 of them, and we're waiting on another one. We are imminently waiting for the next phone call for the 3rd one, and it is not. None of these deaths have been pretty. And we're allowed to let it's okay to have a bad day because someone dies, but we forget as women, as wives, as moms, as business owners, that we are allowed to have a down day. Because that is not, but that's because that's real.
But you don't want to get rooted in it.
No,
where you
can't.
get stuck.
No.
This was one of the great takeaways from last night, was to remember that suffering, and think about this, suffering is an option.
Yeah.
It is an option. So whether you're depressed, and we've all faced depression in one form or another, every single person has. If you've grieved a death, if you've grieved the loss of a friend, and I mean not the death of a friend, but the loss of a friendship. If you've grieved the death of a business, you've gone through these moments. And depression doesn't look the same on everybody either.
No, it doesn't. But we are allowed to give ourselves a minute.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter that even if I have a smile on my face tomorrow, it doesn't matter that somewhere deep down I'm not still suffering a little bit, because I'm allowed to be. I'm a human being. We forget that.
Yeah.
We forget that as women.
And we forget that. That was like one of my biggest notes, was suffering is optional. Truly. That covers so many different things. It really, really does. Yeah. And Siobhan's going to come on, and she's going to pretty much repeat but be able to have an entire hour to talk about what she talked
Right.
about last night, which was so freaking powerful because she's been there. She hit a point to where she was overwhelmed. She was doing too much.
Mhm.
And her husband actually, he saw it. He goes, this isn't good. Something's not right. And so she had to start cutting some of those things out of her life. And it was just such a powerful, emotional night for all of these women. But you walked away feeling amazing because there was
Yeah.
laughter and there,
So
even as she started to lose it, talking about her own brother, losing her brother, she was like, get it together, Siobhan, get it together, because she was about to she had the chin wrinkle going. And, when the chin wrinkle happens, it's nearly impossible to stop the.
So there was somebody that was in my life before, and I was very much that person, the yes person. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I can take this on. Yes, I can do. Yes, I can organize. Yes, I can coordinate. Yes, 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 yes. And she finally sat me down and she said, "You don't have a plate. You have a platter.
Yep.
And things are falling off of your platter. And until you can get your house in order, you can't have a platter. You can't even have a plate. Get your own stuff in check, and then you can add back." And it was the hardest thing. It was the hardest thing for me to say no. And people call me and I'd be like, no, no, sorry, no, no, sorry, no. But the more I learned how to say no and concentrate on the important things, the easier my life got. And then I could pick and choose what I wanted to say yes about.
Well, that goes perfectly with one of my nuggets from last night.
Mhm.
Prioritizing yourself actually helps others.
Yep.
And so we have to do that. Saying yes to yourself and taking care of yourself
Mhm.
first. We've been so trained to think that that's selfish. Well, that's so selfish of you to put yourself first. No, it's actually
'Cause
selfish
if
of me to not put myself
if I'm
first.
better, number one, if you call me and I'm limited to the amount of things I put on my plate or my platter, then I can give you more.
You know what's a
But
perfect
I
example of that? I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I'm just thinking because this is a perfect example of it, what Alex is doing. If Alex wasn't going and attending more leadership classes and leadership growth opportunities, then he has nothing to come back and give to you.
Right.
So it's that same concept that we've talked about before. It's about sharing your glow or letting your cup overflow.
Yeah.
And so when you share your
But
glow,
letting your cup overflow is different than making your plate too full.
absolutely. You're letting the cup overflow is when you're so full that you can share and give to others.
Absolutely.
But your cup, you don't lose anything because it's overflowing.
Right.
Right. It's the same thing if your platter overflowing, but your platter overflowing was things you needed to get rid of. It's completely different.
Because you can't be, I mean, yeah.
But sharing your glow is that concept of having a candle lit and lighting somebody else's candle with your candle doesn't blow out the flame of your own candle.
It does not.
And so you have to nurture that. And so, I mean, what Alex is doing is just a good example of that in itself. And what also comes along with that too is another nugget was the little things are the big things. Meaning, if your day happens along the way and you didn't accomplish what you consider to be a big thing, well, guess what? You still accomplished a little thing, and that became the big thing for your day because that was important for the day.
But here's the deal. I mean, big things to us, little things to us are big things to other people.
True. Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
They're different. Like you and I both, I mean, and so many people in our group do, like we come in contact with so many different people every day. And it may not seem like a big deal. I'm like, literally. So Jamie and I had a conversation. She was leaving out to work and I had a meeting in town. And she called me. She was like, "Hey, I'm getting gas. I'm headed to work." Cool. So I just happened to be going home. Saw her truck at Love's. Went into Love's and I'm like, she was like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" It was little. I stopped because I saw her truck.
Right.
And we're talking. She's like, "How was your meeting?" I'm like, "My meeting was great." Like, and we're in this line. She's getting a sandwich because I didn't cook this weekend. She's getting a sandwich to take to dinner tonight. And, we're chit-chatting back and forth. And the little girl making her sandwich looked across at me and she was like, "You're just beautiful."
See,
And I was taken back. I'm like, "Thank you for
see
that."
how it's snowflow.
Thank you for that. But it wasn't it was totally
it snowballs.
yeah, but I just stopped
The
to see my
domino
wife.
effect.
I stopped to see my wife who was getting a sandwich.
and you got this great compliment.
I did.
Stay with us. We got so many more nuggets to drop. That doesn't
That
sound
does
right.
not
When we
sound
come
right.
back after this quick break.
If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleburne, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleburne, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leech Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson, Cleburne, Texas. Leech Brothers has been family owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
The voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
The song just makes you want to dance.
I love this song.
Right?
I don't even know how I heard it to begin with, but I love it.
I don't. You do love it, and it's worked out well.
It has.
Welcome back to the second half of the Bombshell. I'm trying to do something and then read at the same time, and it wasn't going very well. So welcome back to the second half of the Bombshell here on Joco Community Radio.
Do you need to read the commercial right now because you're so good at that?
I know I'm about to, and I was rolling into it, but I didn't have it pasted in there fast enough.
There you go.
Joco Community Radio is the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and Live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network. To listen, go to TuneIn Joco, Joco, and download the free app. All of our shows can also be found on any one of your favorite podcast platforms, such as Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and Spreaker. Check out our lineup and more at jococommunityradio.com. Thanks for tuning in. This episode and more brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. You've got to have someone ready to fight in your corner after a storm hits and make sure you get paid the proper amount for your claim. Reach out to them before the next storm hits. Facebook.com/Next Level Claims. And also another sponsor that we have for our shows is the Bombshell right here in Burleson, Texas. If you need your hair done, if you need your lashes done, if you need your brows done.
And I did just hire a barber.
And the barber, we can talk now about her.
Wait, I hired
Yes?
I hired a barber. She's new to us. That's
Okay.
what we can say.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. We're not there yet. Okay.
Yeah, we're not there.
But so super excited. So now look,
So we can
the
take
hu-
care of your men too.
the
But
men
you-
too, and it's going to
you-
be a sexy room with.
You should see her
Just,
bar cart.
She's already got it set up.
Yeah, I helped her get all of it.
Mm.
And the glasses that we got for her, I bought her the most amazing whiskey glasses. Like, I don't need whiskey glasses at my house.
I know, but I need to bring her some of the ones. We got
No,
some extras.
So these ones I have, the ones I bought her are like twisted at the bottom. So when you put your finger in, it just holds them just right. And we bought the square ice cube things.
You did? Okay, so we need to find her some highballs too.
Okay. So she found little shot glasses that have the twist at the bottom.
Oh, cool.
And then we found that, and I got the whiskey glasses with the twist at the bottom. And I was supposed to go to the cigar shop this weekend. I didn't make it that far.
How exciting! And there will be no cigar smoking in the
Not
salon.
in the salon. You can,
but you can
taste it. I mean, you can put it in your mouth. I mean, then smoke it outside.
Right, but not in there.
No, not in there.
That won't be happening in there.
And Jamie got her haircut Friday with Destiny, and it looks amazing because we had a wedding to go to, and I needed her like cleaned up, and she likes the high and tight kind of thing. It's still a little bit pink from
You
October.
just said her name.
Destiny. We can say her name.
Oh, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought we couldn't.
No, Destiny Garcia. We just can't say where she came from just yet.
Okay. All right.
Until
we don't need to know where she came from
until
anyway.
I talk to your husband. Then
but we're excited. She's super cool.
She's super cute, super fun.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
So husbands and wives can come in, have a glass of wine, have a cocktail, get your hair done. It's just such a good atmosphere at the Bombshell. It's one of the reasons I go there. And of course, Lori is my hair artist and takes care of me tremendously. And if you ever stop in while I'm getting my hair done, you will have an absolute blast with us because we have a good time.
We do. We have a great time.
What's the address of the Bombshell here in Burleson?
138 North Wilson Street, Suite D.
And how do they find you on social media?
Facebook, the Bombshell Salon in Burleson, Texas.
Okay. So just if you search it in Facebook, you'll find it.
You'll find us.
Another one of our sponsors is Tiffy Sleeves, which is one of my companies.
I gotta get Tiffy
I was
Sleeves.
just going to say,
We've got
plain to be able to shop for these at the Bombshell.
because we've got to get them in there now.
We're gonna let's say
This
within
weather-
the next week and make
yes.
our goal.
This weather changing is like we need them. So
Tiffy
even
Sleeves, the Forever Scarf. I mean, it'll be the Tiffy line.
yeah. So now if y'all don't know what the sleeves are about, so this is the time of year where you like put a short sleeve shirt on in the morning or put a short sleeve shirt on. It's gonna get hot. Like these little sleeves, you put them on. They come in how many colors?
They come in 9 different colors, 6 different
so
sizes.
When it's chilly,
and
we
3
put the
and 3
sleeves
lace
on.
options.
Oh, yeah, when it's chilly, we put the sleeves on. We warm up, we take the sleeves off. It's chilly again, we put the sleeves on. Even my wife loves them. She's a t-shirt, cargo short girl, short girl, but she loves her. She loves her Tiffy sleeves. So
thank you.
I know she does.
They also come in we have a brand also called Scrub Buddies, which is for the medical and uniform industry.
Yep.
So if you have restrictions as far as showing tattoos, or anything like that, if you have skin blemishes that you that you want to hide, that's important to some people.
I mean, I got a few bruises.
It
but
does. It does all that. That's a whole nother story.
It's a whole nother story.
And also, if you, so like I have a doctor client who has to wear scrubs, and then she's got to go when she goes into surgery. You have to take all of your undergarment, not your bra and panties, but like if it's cold in the doctor's office, it's cold in the hospitals, and so a lot of nurses and doctors will wear long sleeve shirts underneath their scrubs. Well, then you have to go delayer.
Yeah.
She loves her sleeves because she can just pull her
pull 'em right
sleeves
off.
off,
Yeah.
and you only need to cover your pulse points to warm your body.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes you see people in long sleeves, or sometimes you will see people
Some wristbands on.
yeah, or just a vest because it's covering your biggest arteries. So puffy vest.
Jamie lost her vest this weekend.
Oh, okay.
I know where it's at, but it's all good.
Whole nother
story.
So you
But
can
I
go
love
to
them.
if you want to shop online right now, you can go to thetiffy.com, THETIFFIE.com. And within the next week, you'll be able to shop locally here in Burleson at the Bombshell.
Yeah.
And she will be the exclusive carrier of Tiffy sleeves here in Burleson,
Burleson,
because we
Texas.
do not allow more than one to carry in the same area, because we want you to be successful at selling them.
Yeah.
So thanks for partnering with me
Yes.
in doing that. Another awesome sponsor that we have is A Sparkle Clean.
Who's that?
Billy Rhodes Carver
Okay.
is the owner of A Sparkle Clean. A Sparkle Clean cleans my house. They clean here at the station.
Oh yeah.
And they do an amazing job. She's got a team of really wonderful women that they're respectful. They hear you. So like if I'm picky about certain things when they come and clean the house. And so if it's something I'm picky about, all I have to do is say something to them and they don't take offense to it. But of course I don't talk to them like that either. I'm just like, because I usually dive in and I'm cleaning with them when they first get there, or I've cleaned for like an hour before they got there
I mean, it happens.
to like get things going. So A Sparkle Clean, you can find them on Facebook and you won't regret it. This is one of the best cleaning companies. I've known Billy. I can personally speak for her because I've known Billy for years. And so just pleased to have them as a sponsor. So thank you guys so much for joining us. So before we went to break, we were talking about all the, again, small businesses. I mean, how can we not? I'm a small business. You're a small business. Billy's a small business. We just happen to all be women. I mean, you know, we support small business men as well, too. Not small businessmen, but, you know, men who own small businesses. Whether they're small or big. I can't. I'm talking about. I'm talking about height.
That did not come out right.
I know it didn't.
And your
It was
ears
kinda
turn red. Like
they
I
did.
Can't even, yeah,
They did just totally turn red.
Yeah, they did.
They'll turn red before my cheeks do.
I
and I
know.
didn't even mean
know.
anything by it. It's just the way it came out.
No, we support all small business.
Yes.
I mean, but we especially support small business women.
Yes. Well, that's what the bombshell is.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be a bombshell man.
I mean, we might be a medium business one day.
We could be.
Not just a small one, a medium one, or maybe a large one. I don't know.
Hey,
like, when do we cycle over to that?
I think that's the dream. Well, I'm not going to say the dream of every small business owner. Some small business owners really want to stay in that lane. They want to stay in that zone.
No, and I think there's a different level of business when you
right.
You know, like I don't want to be Walmart. Like that's
No.
never my goal. Like I don't want to be a chain store. I don't want to be anything. You know, I would like to grow. And I just had a meeting. I just had a meeting about it today. And I want to grow, but I want to keep things the quaint small business. I mean, the experience that we have right now, I always want us to stay on that level.
I think
I don't ever want to outgrow that.
I think each of your locations, we'll just call it that at this point, will always have that feel.
Yeah.
They'll have that feel because
that's my goal, is to make sure that everything is always the same across the board.
It's what you make it.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, it's what you make it. So that's how it's going to be at each location. And I'll just say it like that because receive it.
As long as Andrew can decorate the Christmas trees, because you haven't been over there lately.
Well, as long as he comes over and decorates mine too, because
you don't have to talk to him about that.
I'm just in love with it now.
No, you should see my Christmas tree.
He's already got it up.
Yeah.
I know. Gosh, we're talking about the bombshell. Listen, if you're not even looking,
just come by and look at the Christmas tree. And that's what I'm saying.
If you're happy with your stylist and you're happy with your lashes or just doesn't matter. Yeah. Just stop in and come see how the bombshell's decorated for each holiday. Because I walk in and I go, can I just hire Andrew, who's a stylist at the salon, and his decorating skills are beyond. I'm just saying. That's all I got to say.
And you haven't seen his room right. You haven't seen his room right now.
Oh!
Can you
Come
go?
here. Hold on, I'm gonna go. I'll let him in.
You gotta go let him in.
I'll let him in.
So no, you haven't. So Andrew just put black shiplap in his room with the Christmas tree already, and he got custom lighting today. Our friends showed up. Our friends should come on, Shelly. You got to come in here. Come on.
One of you over there.
Hey, you can talk on my microphone. It's all good.
She said, "Get
it, girl." These are our friends.
What are we doing?
We're talking. We're on the radio. Okay. Like, come on.
She knew we were on the radio. That's why they came to jump by the window.
And I hope you're not in the Amber. I hope you're not in the sinking chair.
No, April. You haven't met April yet.
I hope you're not in the sinking chair. We have one that sinks, but I'm sorry if you're in that one.
It was Shelly's. The one Shelly was in was sinking last week. So
I mean, I think we moved it.
We called it the Andy Pickens chair.
The Andy Pickens chair?
Yeah, because every time he sat in it, it would sink. Hey, Tim Davis hey, Tim. Love Burleson. He says,
he's so amazing too.
He says, love Burleson small businesses and the community that we are so blessed to be a part of. Amen, Tim. You are one of my favorite small business owners. I'm not only advocating for you about that, but I'm also a client because you own Alpha and Omega Pest Control, which
There you
is
go.
the best
Hey.
pest control ever.
So
Been a
there-
customer for
so-
13 years.
So Tim treats my salon and Tim treats my house. And they have the best customer service ever because
Yes.
literally they will tell me, like, we're going to be at your house at 9:17, and they're there. And I've just been dealing with an alarm company, and I won't say who right now.
But you
And
went
we
through some heck with them.
We have still gone through
But
heck.
can we introduce our
We-
friends really quick?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so Shelly Pahana, don't you shy away from that microphone. I saw you dancing the other night. Yeah. What are you scared for?
Mhm.
You just made me.
I'm gonna get go. I just put first class.
All right, Shelly Pahana's just joined us at the table. This is the stunning blonde on. If you're watching,
Stunning.
you are
I
stunning.
look like I've been in
She's
a windstorm.
she's
Tosh.
our stunning blonde massage therapist. That is
Yes.
freaking
She-
amazing.
she's a massage therapist here in
Yes.
Burleson.
and her and her husband own
TXBBA,
Texas
Yes.
Black Belt Academy, Burleson.
not karate,
not
but
karate.
lots of other.
Are we like
amazing
Karate
things.
Kid? We're not Karate Kid. We're a black belt.
We
Yeah.
got karate. We've got kickboxing. We've got Brazilian jiu-jitsu. We got it all.
I just wanted the
Would you bring
Brazilian.
that mic-
I like Brazilian. I mean, just
Would
sound like
you?
Brazilian.
Would you?
Waxing.
And there's that.
Would you bring that microphone closer to your face? I know you're not
Fine.
scared of it. Thank
Okay.
you.
You gotta like it.
And on the other side,
This is my best friend since third grade. We've been best friends for 43 years.
Aw.
April.
April. And you were gonna do her hair, but you couldn't get her in.
I know. I'm sorry.
But it's
I'm
okay.
like,
She still went to someone amazing as well.
So welcome to Burleson.
Thank you.
Yep. And she's come on, get in there, girlfriend.
You gotta like the microphone.
I'm gonna turn yours up.
No, I'm so sorry because I literally I think between now and the middle of January I have 10 spots open.
No,
That's it.
it's-
And they're all from like 11 to 3, like at a stupid time of day. Like, and it scares me because I hate to tell people no. I cannot tell people no, but I'm had to tell people no.
It's fine
killing
because the two people in Burleson were you and Tiffany Johnson.
Yeah.
And Tiffany Johnson could get her in a little sooner, and she like had to have it right then because she already had roots and stuff. She
We
said.
talked about- yeah.
I had a date.
I love. Hey.
Wow, I
I
can re-
love Tiffany. We've had her on the show before.
I could really go
Yes.
some other direction with that conversation
We-
after sitting at dinner the other night. for the-
Well, it was
With,
still a date, regardless of whatever
Lola.
else that went on.
Lola.
It was a date.
Hey, it happens.
Hashtag Bernie Doodle.
Hashtag DST.
Yes, if you know, you know.
I mean, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Just
There you
saying.
There may
All
or
right.
may not be some T-shirts soon.
Yes, they're coming. I want to tell you that this is kind of one of those things because I made this big post about my entire weekend, starting from Thursday night and dinner with one friend, brainstorming and talking about a business idea concept that they have, her and her boyfriend. And I love when people want to pick my brain and brainstorm
Yeah.
together because that's the best way. That's the way it
You
happens.
have to, but that's
I was
what
on fire by the time I left. I was like,
but-
oh, this is good.
That's what we talked about with Tamara last time was here's the deal. Like you and I mean, I can have a business plan. You have a business plan. But there are other people when we talk to other people that are like-minded, it's like, okay, have you thought about this? 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 And it's a conglomerate. Like we can make it all happen together.
Well,
And
look
so
at,
when you pick up
hold up. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. That's kind of how BB Magazine came about, which was also here.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it yet, it's coming to your mailboxes soon, all across Johnson County and beyond. I think there's some areas in Tarrant County that are going to be getting this. But this is Mayeda Maxon.
Yeah.
And another partner. I can't remember her name. I feel so bad because I haven't met her yet. And
but all of them that are involved.
look at this.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
did amazing.
right.
And they found something and they were amazing with it. And no, that's what we're supposed to be. That's the whole we thing. Like
Right.
the whole women entrepreneurs, like we're all supposed to support each other.
And look where Joko Community
Sorry,
Radio
we're
is.
having our own party.
I know.
Next
I
to
want you to
Al-
have your own party.
Next to
Kidding me?
Alex Phillips.
Next to Alex Phillips is where I ended up.
He's so stinking cute.
Feel kind
He
of
was
blessed
so
by
cute
that.
in high school.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I thought the same
Right?
thing.
I
So-
love it.
So this goes along with Thursday night with having this brainstorming session and an amazing ribeye at the brewery. And so while we're sitting at the bar, Mayetta comes in because she's meeting her husband. And then she goes, oh, wait, runs out to her car and comes back, and she'd just gotten picked. She ran out. She was gone for like 20 minutes, comes back and she goes, I just got the first issue. So I got one early on Thursday. And then some lady down the bar was eating this amazing chocolate molten cake with ice cream on it. I was like, I'm having dessert.
My kind of girl.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm like, I'm having dessert
Can we
and
go get
another
one
glass
right
of
now?
wine.
Like, we're
we just left, Brie. We could have brought you one.
You didn't call us and tell us.
If I would have thought about it,
It's
because
not
she did
gonna-
already talk about that.
It's not going to hit my calorie intake. So,
Oh,
so that was Thursday night. Friday
I
night,
don't have a calorie intake. Just so you
I
know.
haven't today.
I don't know how I'm going to make.
I don't have one. I don't have one. So
I don't know how I'm going to make it through this.
just so you know, I don't have a calorie intake.
Friday night. What did I do Friday night? Where was I Friday night?
You were somewhere with a friend. Brie.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Thursday night. That was Friday night.
Okay.
With my friend Sarah.
But you
Thursday
were with
night.
her
No,
Saturday.
Thursday night. I was actually out having some happy hour with Nancy Sillers, an amazing realtor
Oh, I
here in
love
town.
Nancy.
We were
Yeah, we love Nancy.
we were kind of brainstorming about some stuff, and then met up with one of our show hosts who started her new show this morning with her husband, and that's Donica. And if you don't know Donica, go in and have lunch, brunch at the Rim, because she's the best bartender in town.
She's beautiful.
I love some of
too.
her. I love Tiffany at the
She's
brewery.
Very
Right.
pretty.
Yes, she's
Yeah.
pretty, but there's just so much
No,
to her
there's-
soul.
yeah,
It's
there are.
just amazing. And then when you meet her and Matt together, it's just
Yeah, it's amazing.
yeah, their whole story is just really, really cool. And so the name of their show, and their first show was today. So you can go back and watch it here on Facebook or on YouTube, or you can listen on any one of the platforms here within a couple of days. It's going to take a couple of days for their first show to load. But the great thing about it is, so it's called Stay Wild: Adventures from the Road. And it's Donica and Matt, and she's doing awesome travel photography right now.
Oh, yeah.
And there's this whole thing to the Stay Wild name, which is the name I ended up picking. Oh no, we talked for 2 hours.
What are we standing wild about?
It's
Yeah,
there's
how
a whole
wild does it
story.
get? I'm just need to know.
You got to go. Okay, you got to tune in. You got to go rewatch
watch it. Okay,
today's
okay, I'll
first
go watch.
episode.
Okay.
It's 1 p.m. on Monday. Stay Wild: Adventures from the Road, and they're actually going to be.
I've had a lot of adventures from the road.
I understand. I didn't see the bruise until now,
Oh,
since
thank
you had glasses on.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, all right. It's for off microphone, off microphone conversation, but
6 minutes later.
there's a whole just sitting down with her and having this whole conversation to where we get to where, because I
She's
take
just
notes,
she's amazing though. Donica is just amazing anyway.
but their whole I want you guys to go watch 1 p.m. Central Time on Mondays.
Okay.
Go watch the rerun. Hey, Bernie. Bernie's watching.
He is.
He is.
Where's the camera?
It's over there. Wave hi.
Hello, live.
He's like beautiful ladies.
He better say that.
He's awesome.
Right?
Bernie.
He's
It's not
awesome.
Bernie. It's Bernie Doodle.
Burnett.
Burnett. Burnett. Come on,
Burnett.
stop.
Yes.
We
Stop.
went Burnett Doodle,
Yeah.
Doodle or whatever. No, you wrote something else. I can't remember what it was. Just stop it.
Don't repeat
There's
it.
too much takeaway from this past weekend.
Oh my god.
And Saturday night was so much fun. Dinner at Saltgrass was amazing, and we met some amazing people sitting at tables next to us. We learned some things during dinner.
Thanks,
Lola.
Tiffany, I don't remember any things that you learned.
Lola.
We learned, yeah, and
Hashtag.
turn the fireplace off.
I literally woke up this morning and I was like, did we turn our fire pit off? Like, we had our fire pit going yesterday and I was like, did we turn it off?
We
last
were
night?
too
like,
You are, but we were 2 tables away from the fireplace, and it wasn't fireplace weather in the restaurant.
Oh,
It wasn't.
no.
sweater
Everybody was
weather.
dying, and the people were dying at the table next to us. She's like, I'm hot flashing. I'm like, I kind of feel good right now. I don't know what's wrong with me.
yeah,
I was
But I felt good.
comfortable.
Anyway, so there's a lot of takeaways from the whole weekend, and one of them, I wish I had my post up that I could read what I wrote, but sometimes you just have to go out and release, relax, and
You too.
just
Breathe.
be you
Breathe.
with your
Just breathe.
with your
And we're
tribe.
allowed to do that.
Mhm.
We are allowed as wives, moms, and business owners, friends, everybody to just
Oh,
go
look at
release our
that's
life.
awesome.
But what I
You're
wrote,
hired.
but what I wrote back to you is like how I felt about it.
I'm gonna read it.
Could you read
I'm
it?
I'm gonna read it. So mine's too long to read, but I don't think we have enough.
We got.
I know
You
it's
can read it.
it's
Read
okay.
it. You got plenty of time.
All right.
Read
So
it.
here's what I posted this morning about my weekend starting with Thursday, which will remind me well, I already remember where I was.
We're
Thursday.
not crying. Just read it.
Oh yeah, there's no crying
Okay.
to this. Wow, unpacking this long weekend of incredible moments. Thursday with friends, which means the long haulers, the ones along for the ride through the mud, the ones I get to lift up, encourage, and even inspire and mentor without expectation of return. #life goals, something you don't always know you are doing. And then there they are, listening, encouraging, kicking you in the ass when you need it, calling me on my shit, and then reminding me I am still a something popped up on your phone. Okay, I got it. And then reminding me that I'm
Lola.
still a badass businesswoman who truly wants to help other women in business. Let me preface that Todd and Maximus is my youngest. They were at the deer release for opening weekend. So I was basically alone as teens. Well, as we all know, they want to go do their own things. I struggle with that a bit, but I understand. So Friday was a dinner date with another friend, brainstorming over other possible business ventures. And wow, what a concept for Burleson. And I mean, I am so excited about this. I won't even talking about it. This one excites me big time. And in the meantime, was able to dig deeper into who we are really and get to know each other better. #relationships matter. Saturday, ... Say yes to changes of plans and be flexible. Oh my gosh. This is important in business too, by the way, but this is so important for women. So important for women to be flexible. People in general, but women. Dinner shifted to Fort Worth, followed by dancing and raging laughter and phone call with your best while driving home in different directions, all the way through the long ass Whataburger line till she hit her garage and then was sitting in it, by the way. I didn't put that part, and waited for me. She waited for me and stayed on the phone with me. She goes, "Oh, I'm already home. I'm in the garage." I'm like, "Turn the car off. Could you please?" Sorry, sidebar from what I actually posted. She's like, "Yeah, that would probably be a good idea, And so until I hit mine, just so we both knew we made it home safely into our childless, husbandless homes, only to realize that why the heck didn't we do a sleepover party? Oh, well. So the point is, at different moments of the day, Shelly and I both had moments where we both could have stayed home, but we said yes, and it was a much needed magical night with true friends. We laughed and danced the night away. Then comes last night, the Power of We event, the 3rd annual, followed by the Global Entrepreneur Week, aka GOO. A room full of growth-oriented women and dynamic, powerful speakers from diverse industries, each with a powerful message about mental health. Some takeaways that you will have to tune into. We're going to dive deeper into these topics on Wednesday.
We're going to get more.
Suffering is optional. Read that again and again. It is optional. Depression, also known as the no casserole disease. And we will talk about that in depth on Wednesday. #shed the shame. There's no shame in mental health issues.
Get your reading her response.
I'm scrolling. And she said, "I'll do it." Shelly responded to me and said, "I'll do it again and again." We were in our real. Real is when we get to not worry about judgment, haters, jealousy, "I'm better than you" attitudes, and we get to just be. I so love my real tribe. I'm so thankful that April got to experience what she is now a part of. I'm glad you finally got your taquitos, which took me quite a while. And then she told me that
The
she
number
loves
22.
me. Yes. Number 22, and I don't need all that extra crap.
But is that not right? We just got to be.
We were. There was no
be
distraction.
And
no drama.
And real.
No crazy. And I love y'all.
Thank
I
y'all.
love you.
Thank you guys for tuning
tonight.
in.
Love you.
Hey, share it. It's the best way you can help us small business owners here
Bye,
is to
Bernie.
share this show. Have a great week. We'll see you back here next Monday night. Bye, Bernie.
Bye.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Jason Walker. Attorney General Merrick Garland says the United States is committed to taking down hackers who carry out ransomware attacks.
Together with our partners, the Justice Department is sparing no resources